Hey guys, welcome back. I've got another video for you today. I've been testing out my lathe that I just made a couple weeks ago, and I'm having a lot of fun, but it took no time at all for me to realize that I need to make some better chisels. And I've made a whole set back here, and they work really well, or I should say they did work really well on the lathe that I was using before this, but this one has so much more power that the length of these does not give me much leverage to hold on to this and make sure it doesn't pull out of my hands if it catches the wood. So I'm going to make a couple improvements and make some longer chisels, and this is the one I'm going to be making today. I've seen a Russian wood turner use this, and I believe he called it a lathe knife, and the things he can make with this are just amazing. So I wanted to test it out, see if I can make one like that, and see how it works for me. I'm certainly not near as good as he is or ever will be, but I thought it'd be cool to test it out and see what I can learn with this new chisel. So stick around and I'll show you how to build this. Alright, so I've got here an old file that I am going to scrap and make into this chisel. I drew out the outline and I'll cut this out with my angle grinder. Now that I have the rough outline of the chisel cut, I'm going to take it over to the sander and smooth down all the rough edges as well as smooth the teeth that are on the file. I don't want it to look like a file when I'm finished, so I'm going to clean that all up. To do the bulk of the shaping for the blade, I'm going to take it over to my grinder and grind this down first before taking it over to the sander to finish it up. Now I'm going to temper the blade so that it will hold the edge better. The steel from the file was pretty strong, but when I sanded it down and grinded it down, it caused the steel to soften because it heated it up. So I'm going to temper this real quick, get it up to bright cherry red, and then douse it in oil, and that should strengthen and harden up the blade so it'll be able to hold its edge. now the blade's ready to sharpen, so I'm going to take the finest sandpaper I have and use that to start sharpening my blade. Now I'm all ready to attach the chisel to the handle I have here. All I need to do is drill the hole for the chisel to set down into. I'm heating up the end of this chisel so that when I slide it into the handle, it'll actually burn the shape hole that it needs to be for the chisel to slide in here perfectly, and then I can tap on it with a hammer to tighten it up if it ever wiggles loose. Here's my finished chisel. Now all I need to do is test it out and see how this works. Alright, so this is the first chance I got to use this, and I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty tricky to get used to. The long passes going down the piece of wood isn't too bad, but when you go to dig in with the heel of this chisel, it is pretty tricky not to get it to catch. You got to hold it just the right angle. So I want to keep trying this out. This is the second try I did and had a lot more success with this one, and really fun to just play around with and see what this chisel can do, but it will take some getting used to for sure. Alright, so that finishes up my project today. I made my first item with this chisel, just a small wooden top, and it's pretty rough, but I have a lot more to learn with this chisel and different things I want to try to figure out and see what I can make using this chisel. And the extra long handle as well as chisel on the end gives me plenty of leverage to be able to hold this and control it like I want to, even when it does catch. So I'm super excited about testing this out, learning more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.